today's question is from a fan of yours about your entrepreneurial spirit. I'm 25. I want to own a business one day. Tips, tricks, necessary prep work, book recommendations.
Oh, man, that's a good one. Well, I will repeat an oft said phrase for me, which is, I don't believe entrepreneurship is a good way to make money. I believe it's a great way to have a good time if that sort of thing is your jam. If you're just looking to make a buck, go work for a fintech company, something with a high trajectory, get into sales, maybe get in the dev side, depending on your skills and abilities. However, if you love the grind and you just want to be a business owner to be a business owner, great idea. If that's not you and you're doing it for some hope or some sense of a financial outcome, horrible idea. I couldn't think of something worse to do. But if you qualify in that sense, I would say I'd be looking for opportunities that are at the intersection of where does it feel like that there's strong market demand? Not you're pushing uphill. What does the market want? Where is there a lot of pull? What categories are popular? Where have you seen a lot of interest? I'd lean into that above all of factors of talent, of timing, of ability. Market demand is by far the biggest competitive advantage. It overwhelms everything else. So I would lean into that. I would start with something that I felt uniquely qualified to do, something that's a match for my hard skills, and I would go all in on the craft. I'd ask myself, what is the craft? How can I commit myself to mastering it? How can I understand the problem at a dramatically deeper level of fidelity than my prospect? In terms of the books that I'd read, I would say there's some classics here. E-Myth really comes to mind. It's almost like, are you really an entrepreneur if you haven't read E-Myth? It's just so popular. Foundational books would be Greg Crabtree's book, Simple Numbers, the original, not the sequel. Verna Harnish's Scaling Up is good as a textbook. I'd get some motivation in there. I might read a bit of Grant Cardone, the 10X effect. I know some people don't love Grant. I get it. I get some of the abrasiveness, but at the end of the day, like, you got to get yourself up out of the bed, and whatever is required to do that, you got to fan that flame. But above all, what I would do is I would lay out the vision. What am I trying to build? Who am I trying to serve? What kind of an impact am I trying to make? And bring that back out. Come back to it over and over and over. Rewrite it. Clarify. Whatever you wrote up front, it's not going to be the thing that you're actually going to do in entirety, but it's the seedbed, and it's something you can come back to really re-clarify, because you're going to get lost. You're going to get, when it's hard and when it's cold and when you're hungry, you're going to lose your way. But you have to ask yourself, what can you come back to? You can come back to your integrity. You can come back to your intention. You can come back to your vision. So you need that thing that can sustain you when it gets really tough. That's my advice in a nutshell.